That was awesome, dude.
Hi, I'm Tyler Thompson. Thanks for watching.
If you would again, maybe just give me a little rundown of what you're doing.
Yeah, sure. So, most of the stuff you heard was coming from the Synchrodyne. That was like the main voice. That's the only voice I have patched, and then I have some hex inverter drums.
Okay, so the Synchrodyne was kind of the bass line.
Yeah, it was just the synth line.
Yeah,
You
totally.
want to call it.
Yeah, for sure. Did you like, what were you using to like for a VCA with that?
So I was using the multi-mode VCA.
Okay.
And then I was also like using the compressor to like distort it.
Right. Yeah. That's what I was hearing a lot. Was like a lot of cool like.
Yeah.
And a lot of that's the Synchrodyne itself.
Yeah, and then I also had like the Aperture do like some weird self-oscillation stuff like through it because
Oh yeah, totally.
Processed through the Aperture.
Were you using the feedback?
Yeah, I was using the feedback. I did a couple of messes around with the feedback modes and
Yeah, cool.
stuff like that.
Do you have a
mess
feedback?
with the dry wet? So like there was some times where it was just the Synchrodyne, and sometimes it was the whole thing.
Yeah, totally.
So like when it sounded really acidy, it was probably the Aperture doing some.
Yeah, okay. Do you have the Aperture at full per octave too, or?
I was sending it like this second sequence, so it had nothing to do with the actual Synchrodyne sequence.
Okay.
I was just making it like so as a, let's see. So it's just like.
Right, okay.
It's just doing that thing, so I just had
Sounds
it
awesome.
stepping it, like kind of
Right.
get filter funk that way.
Yeah,
My
totally.
trick.
Okay.
And then,
And then what was the, or do you have like a filter mode, like a feedback mode on the Aperture that you
yeah,
like?
so
Do you
there's
like?
positive and negative feedback, so like, so this is one type of feedback, and then,
Oh, okay, cool. Nice. So one's a little bit more smooth and spacey, and the other one's kind of like gnarly and harsh. Cool. And then, yeah, the hex inverter drums.
yep, so bass drum, snare, clap, hi-hats. And
And
it was
then-
kind of layering the neuron on top of the kick drum, so there was a...
Right. Right.
It
So
was
that's how
pretty
you're,
subtle.
yeah. Yeah, it just kind of gives it a little bit more click.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I was hearing.
Yeah, so like it's pretty subtle.
Nice.
I probably messed with it.
And then, yeah, for sure. And then the mixer, of course.
Yep, yeah, so the mixer is pretty sweet.
Yeah, excited about that one.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, the knit writer, we already said that.
Yep.
So, do you, when you play when you play the knit writer, do you play it and change it a lot, or?
Not on this performance I didn't really do a whole lot, but like one thing I like is you can edit a pattern. Like so if you save a pattern in its current state and then like really mess it up, you hit there's like a undo or something, and it basically goes back to the last save.
Right.
So you can like really mess up the pattern, which is kind of cool. Way to
Okay.
get like drum fills and stuff, and
Yeah.
then go right back to a bread and butter pattern.
Yeah, totally. That's awesome.
So that's something that's pretty fun with it. And then the like little micro steps, so you can have 4 like steps between each step. So it gets pretty intense there. I only do 16 steps on it most of the time, but you can do 64, and then 64 times 4, because there's 4 steps within each step. You can get a lot of steps out of it.
Yeah, that sounds pretty intense.
Yeah.
That's awesome, dude. Cool. Well, yeah, thank you. It was awesome having you.
Yeah, thanks. Hope you guys liked it.
Yeah, dude. That was awesome, man. It's the beginning and the end were both like
Yeah, the
really
ending
inspiring. It was really cool.
The ending was way cooler than I actually expected it to be. I didn't think the Synchrodyne would freak out as much as it did, and it sounded awesome.
Dude, that's what it's for, man. It's like,
Yeah.
it's crazy how the tracking, like, what it can do.
Yeah.
I mean, I was using it yesterday. I was using it this afternoon, just messing with one that came in for repair, and I was just like getting it, dude. It was cool.
I get lost in them when I test them.
Yeah, they're definitely. I feel like I finally know how to use it, and it's a tool that I can actually like take advantage of. And it sounded like you had a really, you have the same kind of grasp over it, and you know, it's also pretty like awesome. Like you kind of just know how to use it with literally just full per octave and an output. And you know, like I think all of the options on it really like make it something that can be scary to use, you know. And then if things don't perform the way you think they're going to perform, like it can be frustrating, but
awesome.
But once you figure out how it's going to do it, you can get pretty close, and then like you said, sometimes it'll just completely surprise you and just do something completely random that you've never heard before.
It's like this thing just tracks to a pretty
High-speed
stable clock.
Yeah.
Like versus a guitar, it's not always the
No,
same,
yeah.
so it's gotta freak out.
Exactly. And then you can just make it like do what you did at the end, where you can stop playing and then it'll just start falling. You know?
Yeah. It was like falling, and then it like started going. Like it was like pulsing.
It's trying to find something. That's awesome, man. Well, yeah, I love that. This is a good setup. Definitely did an awesome job. The envelopes, are you using any weird shaping kind of things for those, or?
I used like one of these CV. So the volt per octave CV, I had the same CV messing with the release.
Oh,
so
okay.
it would like make some envelopes longer.
Oh,
so like the
okay.
higher the pitch was, the longer the release was.
Oh, nice, man.
So
cool.
It wasn't super obvious.
Right, but
yeah.
That's an idea I haven't ever even thought of with it, you know.
That's what I love using envelopes for, is for that, and then like filters.
Yeah.
Like, it gets pretty inspiring. Like sequencing the filter with a different sequences. A lot of fun, which is why I didn't really have like multiple voices patches, because I like to do weird shit with my filter.
Well, yeah, you're definitely using your filter as a voice of its own. Even when you have something running through it, it's still like a true, like it's another part. It's not just the filter, you know. All right, dude. Well, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sweet.
And yeah, till next time.
Awesome. Yeah. Thanks.
WMD Test Lab.